Yo, what is up, guys? Back with another video, and this is something I normally never do, but I actually want to react to something. So, many of you know, in the NFL, there's a dude named Adam who does record predictions every season, and I honestly think this dude's very sketchy, and we did see him predict the 49ers going 3-13 last year, and they ended up 13-3, so by no means is this dude credible. And that also means that just because he thinks certain teams going a certain record, I believe like the exact opposite could happen. But something did strike my eye when I was watching his prediction for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I thought like he would do what everyone else does, give them an 8-8, 9-7 record. But for once, I think Adam is on to something special here. So he actually has the Pittsburgh Steelers going 13-3 and getting the first seed in the AFC. Now, this does not surprise me at all because I actually do think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to go 13-3 also. But looking at these games, let's see if we have any of the same, outcomes. So like I said before, just because he puts a team at a certain record doesn't mean this team's going to be like that. But for once, I actually agree with this dude. So, let's talk about the Steelers' schedule. So week 1, they play the New York Giants, and he and I both think they are going to win on the road Monday Night Football. No surprise there. Easy. And week 2, the Pittsburgh Steelers host the Denver Broncos. So definitely I think they're going to win this game, and so does Adam, so good job there. Week 3, the Steelers host the Houston Texans. And I believe we should win this game. I think the Texans, they're not going to be the best just because they lost one of their best players in the NFL. They didn't lose him. They traded him away for no reason. But it's in Pittsburgh. The Steelers should get the W, and Adam also believes the Steelers are going to get the W. Now, week 4 is a little different because we play the Tennessee Titans on the road. And this is definitely one of the games that I think the Steelers are going to lose. But looking at it right now, knowing this team's defense is probably the best in the NFL, and their offense is just going to be really good with Ben Roethlisberger back, I do believe the Steelers should win this game in Tennessee, and it's going to be a really close one, but I think the Steelers should pull it off. And Adam also believes the Tennessee Titans are going to lose, and the Steelers are going to get the W. But I picked the Titans to win this game because, they're the Titans. They could be one of the best teams in the NFL. They could surprise us all. And it's in Tennessee, so I wouldn't underestimate the Titans in this game. But I definitely think it's going to be a close one. So that is our first disagreement. I think the Steelers are going to lose this game to Tennessee. So week 5, we host the Philadelphia Eagles, our Keystone State rival, at home. And I don't know why many people think the Eagles are going to win this game, but come on now. So it's history that the home team in this matchup usually ends up winning. That's definitely true in the case that the Steelers have never beat the Eagles in Philly. And, the Steelers have a 4-2 record against the Eagles at home. So I think the Steelers are better than the Eagles. It's in Pittsburgh. They should win. And so does Adam. So he actually has the Steelers starting 5-0. So the next team that they play is at home against the Cleveland Browns. And I think we should win this game easily. But Adam thinks we're going to lose this game. Like, what? All right, it's the Browns at home. How are we going to lose? Like, come on now. I don't see that one happening. Sorry. But week 7, definitely an interesting one. We go on the road against the Baltimore Ravens. So, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the Steelers win this game because I don't believe home field advantage matters in this rivalry. We've seen it in the past, and the Pittsburgh Steelers definitely have dominated this team. But in the last couple of years, it's been the Ravens. They've beaten Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh the last 2 straight seasons. And, the Steelers have beaten the Ravens in Baltimore the last couple of seasons, but not last season. So, like I said, home field advantage doesn't really matter in this matchup. In my initial prediction video, I actually have them winning at Baltimore. And so does Adam. So, he has the Steelers starting 6-1. So, the next week, week 8, we have a bye week. How fortunate. Because week 9, we have our farthest game of the season, like distance-wise, at the Dallas Cowboys. So, it says it on the bottom. The Steelers have one of the easiest schedules in the NFL. It's ranked second and the easiest. I debatably think it's the easiest because, Baltimore has the easiest one. But the Steelers also have to travel the second least in the NFL. And, of course, the Ravens have to travel the least. So, very fortunate there. And we play the Dallas Cowboys. So I don't really like the Cowboys. I don't think they're legit, and I don't think they're going to go places next season. But, the Steelers, we've gotten our, wins over the Cowboys in the Super Bowl, so that's all that matters. But this game's in Dallas, and Adam and I both think the Steelers are going to lose this game. But fortunately, like I said, there's a bye week before this, so I wouldn't be surprised if Pittsburgh pulled off the win. But I think the Cowboys probably should. We'll see. So the next team that they play is at home against the Cincinnati Bengals. So they haven't lost to the Bengals in like 4 years. And yeah, they're not going to lose to them next season. So easy win. So does Adam. Adam thinks Steelers should easily win this game. So easy. So the next game that they play is against the Jaguars on the road. And I definitely think the Jaguars are the worst team in the NFL. They've lost all their defensive talent. Literally everyone's gone on that defense. Their offense, it's pretty bad. They have a mediocre quarterback. I guess you can say they have, some decent players like their running back, their wide receiver. But that's really it. DJ Chark and Leonard Fournette, the only good players on that team in my opinion. Easy win for the Steelers. Adam thinks the Steelers are easily going to win this game also. But Week 12, in my opinion, the best game of the season for the Steelers. They host the Baltimore Ravens Thursday Night Football, Thanksgiving Day. So this is definitely going to be, a game to watch. Both of these teams are going to be probably in their prime at this point in the season because, the Steelers offense, he hasn't really played with Ben in a long time. So you'd expect Ben to be just lights out at this point. So I expect both of these teams to be playing really well in this game. But Adam thinks the Ravens are going to lose this game in Pittsburgh. And like I said before, I did pick the Ravens losing at home, but I think the Ravens are actually going to win this game in Pittsburgh. And honestly, I made this prediction a long time ago. But I think Pittsburgh should win this game Thanksgiving night, but I feel like we're going to split with the Baltimore Ravens, and it doesn't really matter. Home field advantage doesn't matter in my opinion. I think the Steelers should win this game, but, the Ravens are going to clutch up. The past does show that the Steelers usually win these type of matchups, like the Christmas matchup. So I think the Steelers, should win this game, but I picked the Ravens. It's whatever, because I have them beating the Ravens in Baltimore. So Week 13, they host the Washington Redskins, in my opinion, one of the worst teams in the NFL. Wouldn't be surprised if Chase Young just, absolutely injured Ben Roethlisberger in this game. But we'll see. So me and Adam, both believe the Steelers should easily win this game. So Week 14, they play on the road, Sunday Night Football, against the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills, in my opinion, I think they're going to be decent, but they're not going to be, as hype as everyone thinks they're going to be. Obviously, their defense is really good, but I feel like, just because they got Stephon Diggs doesn't make the whole team better. It's definitely going to make this offense better. But I think the Steelers are actually going to get their revenge from last season, go on the road in Buffalo, Sunday Night Football, and beat the Bills. And Adam disagrees with me. He believes that the Bills are going to win this game against the Steelers in Buffalo, and obviously, I see why. It's in Buffalo. They're a good team. But honestly, I think the Steelers should clutch out. So Week 15, once again, the Bengals in Cincinnati. They should be, better at this point in time, but should be an easy win for the Steelers. Adam and I both pick the Steelers to win this game, no doubt about it. So Week 16, they host the Indianapolis Colts at home. So we saw this game last season where Minkah Fitzpatrick had the, 97-yard interception touchdown. Pretty cool. I don't think the Colts are good. And yeah, so we both picked the Steelers to win this game. Should be an easy win. And Week 17, the last game of the season, they play at the Cleveland Browns. So this definitely could be, one of those games where you don't want to lose because Steelers definitely could be playing for that first seed. And the Cleveland Browns, they bested the Steelers last year at home because Mason Rudolph's horrible. But we got our revenge with Duck Hodges. But at the same time, don't want to mess around this game. If the Steelers don't play to their full potential, like I feel like they won't, then it could have a devastating impact on their playoff seeding. But Adam actually believes the Steelers are going to win this game and beat the Cleveland Browns. But as I said before, he believes that the Steelers are going to lose to the Browns Week 6 in Pittsburgh, which I disagree with. But I ultimately do believe the Steelers should win this game against the Browns, even though it's Week 17. So we both agree with that pick. So obviously, very fortunate schedule for the Steelers. Like I said, I believe they're going to lose to the Titans, the Ravens, and of course the Cowboys. So we both agree with the Cowboys loss. He thinks we're going to 2-0 the Ravens, which is pretty honest in my opinion, pretty cool. And lose to the Bills, so it's going to be a good season to watch for Steelers fans. You already know, easy Super Bowl. Adios.